I don't like being harassed, intimidated, or bullied on social media.
And the whole thing that motivates you here is you don't like being criticized on social media.
I don't
Isn't that right?
On social media.
Excuse me?
I don't like being harassed, intimidated, or bullied on social media. There's a difference.
So is it being harassed and bullied for your father to put pictures of him and your mother on Facebook or in a video?
That's irrelevant to this case. That would be more for my mother's case. I object to that question.
Oh, I see. Which, I guess we'll get a ruling on that.
I am not making any rulings about that. It is just an analysis as to whether Mr. Libera has gone beyond airing his grievances and entered into the world of making threats. That is the analysis here. And the court does not find that based on the language, these equate to specific threats against his children, specifically Ms. Grenier and Ms. Engel. They are long postings that outline his anger. They outline his disdain for what his children have decided to do, and quite frankly, his disdain for his children. He has posted a family photo that does not amount to harassment under the current construct of our laws.
Petitioner?
I have never known. I have begged, and that is what my daughter Susan was referring to, was us trying to find out what was it that I did wrong that caused me to be treated like this. And I'm now a pariah in the family, and Cindy is suffering with strangers in a strange place that doesn't need to happen.
You don't actually know where she is, but you think she's in a nursing home or something?
I think she's in an institution somewhere, and I think April may be getting paid. I challenge April to tell the court whether she's getting paid to manage Cindy's account. Well, I believe she is. I have no evidence.
That's probably a relevant question. I'll just leave that up to the court as to whether we'll want to reopen the examination.
It wasn't like Mike or Cindy. It was always Mike and Cindy because they were always together.
But when you take someone out of that environment
because of the choices that have happened,
their condition seems to deteriorate rapidly.
And this is my other sister. Sorry.
What specific threats, if any, have Mr. Libera made to your safety?
And I would definitely say taking any
things are heating up in the kitchen. Get ready for a taste.
Territory, even like the young child, you take them out, and that just
I'm not going to stop
of confusion to their world.
Polly had left the room, so I asked Cindy, what do you want to do? Do you want to stay here with Polly, or do you want to come home with me? And she said, I want to go home with you right now. I still don't understand exactly how they got the guardianship, but clearly they wanted to do that, particularly April, because I believe now, after well over a year of searching for answers.
I don't understand what her motive is to put Mike through the shit that she's putting him through.
The way I know Mike and Cindy is just a long history from, living in the area, and families crossed paths, and we had business together. We were all in the same industries early on, timber industry and whatnot. So we were, we saw each other here and there, but we did business later, and friends. I mean, the wife and I have been out here before at social functions, and I've just known them a long time. Yeah, I saw them interact, all the time, and I think we were just talking, we haven't seen him for a while, so we sort of miss him. But I was talking to my wife recently about it and said, it wasn't like Mike or Cindy. It was always Mike and Cindy because they were always together. They were kind of like my wife and I. Her name's Jane. Used to tell people when they asked who we were, we used to tell them, well, it's Howard and Jane, no spaces. And that's kind of the way that I always, in the way we saw them, because they're pretty much together 90% of the time. Spousal abuse in this household, I would have said, no way. There was, wife and I, we never saw anything like that. In fact, I would say as far as their interaction together, it was quite the opposite. They looked out for each other. When one needed something, they helped the other one with it. It's just kind of the way we saw them. Used to ride their bicycles to our office. They would show up at the office. It's just sometimes not, I'd say 90% of the time it wasn't even business. It was just stopping by to say hi, because we're kind of centrally located in Peninsula. And they'd be at the swimming pool together. So in other words, it was always that Mike and Cindy, not Mike or Cindy. It was always Mike and Cindy. They were riding bikes, going swimming, off to pick up parts and pieces. When they had projects, they were working on the projects together. It wasn't like an individual thing. They were together all the time. And the other thing was that was impressive was we were very impressed with when they looked after their elderly mothers. That was one of the high quality in our opinion. And Mike they looked after Cindy after his mother, and they looked after her mother.
You might ask him about, he knows my kids, you might ask him if he's surprised at what they did, because
I think you did. You sort of asked me that. As far as what's going on from my viewpoint, that's what's happening here with Cindy and their family, and I know that it's their family, and family situations I have some family situations of my own, not like this, but I knew the children from a long time ago also, as pretty small kids. Used to see them. My kids grew up around the same time. You see those kids. And for this sort of thing to be going on right now is just blows me away, because I can't match what I used to see, which was all of them together all the time, to what's going on now. I just can't explain it. It's a real mystery.